You guys ready for a funny story?
Yeah.
Always ready.
What if it was about you, Ryan?
As long as it's funny, I don't care.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
You got that? I got a text yesterday from my best friend,
Okay.
Mrs. Wiggins.
Oh, no, really?
The realization.
What? Why? She didn't tell me this. Is it a picture of me sitting on the couch, look my stomach hanging out or something stupid?
No, that wouldn't be good for radio.
No, that'd be terrible.
That'd be good for views.
Gosh, why did I say that when you said it's okay if it's about you?
Do you do that? On the couch? You just sit there with your belly hanging out?
Oh, maybe. It's the
Scratching.
couch.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Is there a story that was really funny lately that you should tell the people?
Hang on a second.
What do you mean, hang on a second? Where are you going? What are you doing? You standing up?
Yeah, I'm standing up, and
Why?
I'm going to go get something in a second.
You can't leave in the middle of the show.
Yeah, I can.
You should have left during Wiggins America. What are you doing?
Where are you going?
You can't leave.
Come back.
He has to come back.
Ethan.
Should I tell the story while
Fill
he's
in for
not
him.
here?
I don't know what he's going to get.
The truth of the matter is that I got a text message last night at 7:34 p.m. from Mrs. Wiggins. And she wanted to know if when Ryan Wiggins had told a story on the air yet, and she thought it was because the people needed to know.
Okay. Ryan's coming. I'm very confused as to what's happening right now.
I think that's
Ryan's coming in, and he's holding a bag of, is that jerky? Venison
hold
jerky.
on. Yeah, hold on a second. I think I need to read this. I think I need to read the text.
No, because then it's going to sound bad.
Talking to your microphone.
It's your wife. She texted me.
I brought it
Let me
here because I
also-
thought this might come up.
Let me also tell you that the last time your wife and I texted each other was March 22nd.
So it's been a while.
Yes.
So she thought this was a great story.
This is something that ended up having to make the air. I'm going to read
She's
the text.
not wrong.
I'm going to read the text message, and then we'll get the Ryan Wiggins version of this. But I think that we're on to a new segment for the Andy Frey Show.
Ooh.
And we're going to call it BFFs.
I need to be able to trust my sanctuary, so please don't come into it in digital fashion.
What is
No,
your
man.
find your
Wiggins,
sanctuary?
Mr. Wiggins, let me just point out that problem is there, not here. Once it gets to me.
You could make that problem happen.
But here's the thing. You don't trust that sanctuary the other way.
The only time we get stories on the air about Mrs. Wiggins, what do I say to you every time you start telling a story about your wife?
Did you get permission?
And what do you say?
Mostly.
You said, no, you say she's not listening.
Sometimes.
You tell stories on Mrs. Wiggins all the time.
Did
and,
you guys talk about this?
And I always ask you if you have permission to tell the story. And you, less than 10%, have acquired the necessary permission to tell stories on your wife.
I have blanket permission.
That's not
She
true.
thinks it's kind of fun.
No, you don't. You said that you say all the time she's not going to find out,
Also true.
which is offensive.
The blanket
success
permission
of our
still applies, even though she's not going to find out.
7:34 p.m. I'm walking around trick-or-treating with my kids. They look adorable. Everybody's having a good time. My phone goes off.
Why would she text you? This is a day later.
And I look at my phone, and it says, Mrs. Wiggins. And here's what the text message says. Did Ryan tell you about how he bought venison jerky, ate some, gave some to our kid, and then he read the fine print and realized they were dog treats? And then concludes the text message with, if not, feel free to make fun of him on air. Your move.
Okay.
You ate dog treats?
That is
Good luck, soldier.
exactly what happened. I
Venison
I
dog
brought
treats?
it in because it's so tricky. Look at this.
Listen, no,
I'm going to
no.
hold this up to the camera. I'm giving you a warning right now if you want to see this package.
Did you like them? You gave some to your kid?
I can already tell they're dog treats just by looking at it for 2 seconds.
But look, I'm going to hold this up.
You ate dog treats.
I'm going to hold this up right now
And you liked them so much you shared them with your child.
and show you this. Look at this. It just says venison jerky. Now, if you look real close, there's dogs up here.
And there's a big
close.
There's
paw.
a there's
But look
a paw
on the side.
it.
It says
No.
there's just a deer. It says Real venison, number one ingredient. That's what you'd be concerned with as a human. No corn, no soy, no wheat. I mean, you're like, hey, that sounds like a good, healthy product. Right there.
For a dog.
Here's the other thing. This was in with all the human food. It wasn't in the pet section.
Where?
In the discount section.
Where?
With all the human food.
What
What
store?
store?
Deerberg's.
In the discount section.
Uh-huh.
So you're just shopping through the discount section and you found
Uh-huh.
some yummy dog treats,
I'm like,
then you
hey,
liked them enough to share them with your child.
Venison?
You liked them. Say
Sure,
you
I'll
liked
get some
it.
venison jerky.
Say you liked them.
No, I didn't, though. That's
then
not
why'd
true.
you give it to your kid?
Because he saw me opening a package and goes, ooh, venison jerky. So I gave him a piece of it at the exact same time as I ate it. And we both at the same time looked at each other and went, something kind of wrong with that. I thought maybe it was expired, and I was like, no, it says 11/30/24 on it.
I feel like you've offered me that.
I was going to tomorrow. That was the plan, Brad. I was going to do a segment on this tomorrow when you and me are doing the Manny Fry show.
You were gonna make him eat dog food.
I wasn't going to. I was going to stop him
try.
right beforehand.
He's going to try.
I was going to show him this and say, do you want any? And see if he noticed it all.
You were going to feed him dog food knowingly?
No. I was just going to show him the
Brad.
package and say, do you want any of
Brad,
this?
he was setting you
I
up
know.
to eat dog food.
I know.
Wiggins, do you not see the dog paw in the bottom corner of it? Right there, bottom right corner. The
It's in
big
a-
old
with an
in
American
red,
flag.
white, and blue American
Look,
flag.
that could
the
be
dog
anything.
paw.
The
No, it's
largest
not.
That could be
logo.
anything.
Come on.
The largest
Come on,
logo
Wiggins.
on that bag
Show
is
the
2
camera.
dogs.
Yeah, it is 2 dogs, but in with human food, you're not going to immediately go,
Discount
gotta be
section.
dog. Because on the front, it doesn't say at all.
Even the people
It
don't want to
says
buy that for their dogs. It was
nothing.
in the discount section because even the dogs don't want to eat it.
The entire front says nothing about a dog treat other than there's a logo.
What
with
is the
a
name
dog.
of it? The Wild.
The Wild Bone Company, which could be anything. You know how many animals have bones? All of them. And then here's where I notice. I rip this thing open, and I take a bite, and I'm like, man, all natural. There's no other ingredients. This
You
is
owe
really
Katie
good.
Wiggins
Yeah.
a thank you.
Yes.
Because she tipped us off and you almost could have eaten dog food from Ryan who set you up. And he was going to set you up to make himself feel better.
That's exactly right.
That is what you
That
were
is
doing.
exactly right.
You were going to
Did
try
you
to...
see that I brought this into the studio yesterday?
No.
And we just didn't talk about it, so I'm
No.
like, I'll bring it in
Would
later.
Pay attention
you
to
have
that.
done
Oh,
that to
yeah.
Annie as well?
Heck yes, I would have.
Would Annie have
That
eaten
was
it?
the plan.
Okay, so
No. Nobody was going to eat it.
no.
I would have stopped you from eating it.
No, you wouldn't have.
But I would have
No,
let
you wouldn't have.
start to be like, oh, yeah, I'll take a piece, and then see how far you got.
You
that
fed
was
it
the
to
goal.
your child.
Yeah, I did.
Did you
Here-
apologize?
Oh, yes, I did.
wait, so what was you got to finish the story here. The realization of finding out that it's dog food. What was that part of the story like?
That was both of us at the same time going, "Ugh," and then pulling it out. Like, I had chewed it a little bit. And then went,
Good
oh,
boy.
no.
Who's a good boy? Oh,
no.
Ryan's such a good boy. Finish your meal.
I'll tell you what, right after I pulled it out of my son's mouth, or he was already like, whoa, what is this? And I was doing the same thing. We happened to be standing right by the trash can, so that was helpful. 'Cause
Yeah.
we both were like, "Ugh."
Yeah.
And
You
then,
didn't swallow it?
no, I didn't swallow it. I turned it around, and so on the front, like I showed you right there, showing you again,
The Wild Bone Company.
Wild Bone Company says
2
venison
dogs.
jerky, has a picture of an elk or a deer, and then says real venison, and that's it. No mention of dog at all. There's a little
not true.
silhouette
There are
dog.
dogs
Silhouette
on
There
dog
are
on the top.
dogs.
It just looks like it's like
old dog paw.
you know what I thought was hunting dogs. They're out hunting. That's what I thought. But I didn't give it
They
that much
hunted.
thought.
Yeah, they're
It's when
hunting
I-
for
jerky.
venison.
When I turned it around,
for them.
They hunted the
when I
jerky.
turned it around, then on the back is where I went, oh no, natural dog treats. These are dog food.
You paid for them. You brought them home. You ate them.
Uh-huh.
And you're mad at the packaging.
I am very mad because you put this in with a bunch of other random discount food that's for people like me,
That's the-
people like my son.
That's the only animal product that was in the discount section.
No idea. It
I
was all
know.
mixed together.
Just going to make that point.
Yeah, it could have been anything.
So if it could be anything, don't you think you should look and see if you're eating human food before you eat dog food?
I did.
No, you didn't.
There's nothing on the
You
front.
did, but you looked later. There are dogs on the front.
Number one ingredient. What do you care if a dog
the
cares
Wild
about that's the
Bone
number one
Company.
ingredient? I
the
care.
owner.
I care
For
if
the
it's,
owner.
if it's real venison.
Dogs can't read.
If I'm going to buy something for my dog, I'd be like, I don't care if that's the fakest soy venison ever. You can eat whatever you eat your own puke. I don't care.
Quote, if not, feel free to make fun of him on air.
Do you know what really disappoints me about that?
I love you. I told her, I said, I just wrote back, you are my favorite partner in crime.
This happened on Tuesday. She's still thinking about it up through yesterday.
All our
and
listeners
then
are going to be
realizes
thinking about it for days, too.
tomorrow, like yesterday night. Oh yeah, I think I will text
Right.
Annie about this,
That
even
is
though
a
it's been
core
24
memory
hours.
for your child.
I
Like
hope
you're like,
not.
oh, she's still thinking about you. This is a core
Absolutely.
memory for your child.
And your wife.
You know what's terrible is after the aftermath of us spitting it out and going, oh my gosh, this is dog food. It was like a movie moment. I went, I'm on the radio.
This
This
could be
is
great.
going to come up. How do I shape this?
How do I get ahead of it? It's just like politics.
And then
How do I get ahead of
and
it?
so I brought it in.
Throw Brad
and I'm
under the
thinking,
bus.
oh, I'm going to do something with this.
No, you
and then
wanna
we
sabotage.
didn't. And then my wife gets ahead of me still after a day.
Maybe she should be on the show.
Good looking out, bestie.
That's amazing.
This is what friendship is
you
about,
have,
Ryan.
You have an amazing radio life. I know I've said that to you before, but you just constantly have things come up that are just beautiful for radio. And this time, your incompetence, it got the best of you.
Competence got the best of you.
Thank you, Mrs. Wiggins. Can we all get a thank you, Mrs. Wiggins, on the chat? Because God knows she's going to be watching this later. Everybody, thank you. Say hi.
you.
Say thank you, Miss Wiggins. Send more stories to your best friend. We appreciate you. The 2 o'clock hour, we don the costumes to celebrate 10,000 subscribers on the Annie Frey YouTube channel. So stick around. We'll be right back.